A very good morning and Jai Hind students. I am Adesh with my subject Accountancy, Chapter 6 Retirement of a Partner, and the topic is Treatment of Goodwill. Students, in this chapter, up to the date, we have covered only the one adjustment, that is change in profit share ratio at the time of retirement of a partner. And the second adjustment is valuation and adjustment of goodwill and or we can say the treatment of goodwill. In last class we learned the concept related to the situations under the treatment of goodwill. So different situations we learned in last class. Today we having the questions for which we have to solve the problem related to the treatment of goodwill at the time of admission of a partner. So students, related to the different situations, we will solve the different questions to clear the concept and to learn the concept more clearly. So student, so first of all we having a question. The question is P, Q, R and S. There are four partners P, Q, R and S. These are the four partners were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 5 ratio 3 ratio 1 ratio 1. For P that is 5, for Q that is 3, for R that is 1 and S that is 1. So this is the PQR ratio and it is a old profit share ratio in the firm. On 1st January 2020, S retired from the firm. On 1st January 2020, S retired. The partner S is retired from the firm. On S retirement, goodwill of the firm was valued at rupees 4,20,000. S is retiring from the firm and the goodwill of the firm, it is not for the S goodwill, it is for the goodwill of the firm, was valued at rupees 4,20,000. New profit sharing ratio among PQR will be 4 ratio 3 ratio 3. Okay, so this is the old profit share ratio. SK retirement पर फर्म की गुडविल दी हुई है 4,20,000 and the new profit share ratio of the remaining partner is also given. Now showing your working notes clearly. जहाँ पर भी ये क्वेश्चन में लिखा है तो it means you have to do your working note at your fair space. Whenever you are solving the problem, then you have to do your working at that place only, not anywhere, because in this situation marks will be awarded for that working. Okay, so that working note considering the marks also. So that's why when it is written clearly showing your working notes clearly, working note, it's depend on you in which form you doing your working note. So all the forms of working note will be considered for your marks awarded. So I mean, if you're doing working note and in a specially question asked, you have to show your working note clearly. So then you have to do your working note at the fair space where you are solving the question. Pass necessary journal entries for the treatment of goodwill in the books of the firm on S retirements. S के रिटायरमेंट पर जर्नल एंट्री पास आउट करनी है हमें किससे रिलेटेड, ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ गुडविल से रिलेटेड. So student, first of all we need the ratios of the partner. There is old ratio, P, Q, R and S. That is 5 upon 10, 3 upon 10, 1 upon 10 and 1 upon 10. This is the old profit share ratio of all partner. That is PQRS. And now the S retirement, the new profit share ratio is also given, that is 4 ratio 3 ratio 3. So new ratio is also given. So if new ratio is also given, so then S retired only PQR there in the form PQ and R, that is 4 upon 10, 4 upon 10, 3 upon 10 and 3 upon 10. Now we can calculate the gaining ratio. So the gaining ratio is new ratio minus old ratio toward P 4 upon 10 minus 5 upon 10. So 10 LCM 4 minus 5 is equal to minus 1 upon 10. It means he is sacrificing. When we putting the formula of gaining and then the value comes in minus, so then that partner will sacrifice. For Q, new ratio, that is 3 upon 10 minus old is also 3 upon 10. So 10 will be LCM and 3 minus 3 is equal to 0 upon 10. It means he is not sacrificing and he is not gaining also. Toward R, new ratio 3 upon 10 minus, that is old ratio, that is 1 upon 10. 10 LCM 3 minus 1, that is 2 upon 10. He is gaining. Okay. So one partner is gain and one partner is sacrifice, and S is retired from the firm. So the amount of goodwill for the partner is now the share of P in goodwill. That is the goodwill of the firm, that is 4,20,000. 4,20,000 multiply 1 upon 10, that is 42,000. And now share of R in goodwill, Q का रेशियो निकलेगा नहीं because he is not gaining and not sacrificing. That's why we no need to calculate the share of Q in goodwill. 4,20,000 multiply 2 upon 10. It will be 84,000. And share of S in goodwill, because S is retiring from the firm, so that's why 4,20,000 multiply 1 upon 10 is equal to 42,000. So he is sacrificing, he is gaining and is retiring. Okay, these are the three partners whose the profit share ratio is changed. So now according to this, the gaining partner will debit. So the journal entry will, gaining partner is R. So R's capital account debit, sacrifice partner will credit. So 2 P's capital account, and retiring partner is also credit. So S capital account. The share of R 84,000 in goodwill. So 84,000 and share of P, that is 42,000, and S share is also 42,000. It is the journal entry for the treatment of the goodwill. Now the narration is being the partners capital account adjusted adjusted in gaining and sacrificing ratio for goodwill, or we can say the ratio sacrificing ratio for adjustment of goodwill on S retirement. Okay students, this will be the journal entry for treatment of goodwill only. One journal entry will pass. If the old goodwill is also given, so then that old goodwill will also distribute among the partners their old profit share ratio. So student, this problem is solved, and the working note already we have done over here. So and no other work we have need to calculate, and okay, only we have to do the working note up to the past the journal entry. Okay, so one more questions we have to solve related to the problem of treatment of goodwill. So student, let's see that problem. Student, this is the second question which is related to the treatment of goodwill, under which we will solve the questions problem. So the question is M, N and O, three partners M, N and O are partner sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. 3:2:1, इट मीन्स एम एन ओ का जो रेशियो है वो 3:2:1 है. गुडविल इज एपियर इन द बुक्स एट द वैल्यू ऑफ ₹60,000. गुडविल एपियर है बुक्स के अंदर, तो इट मीन्स ये हमारी ओल्ड गुडविल होगी, दैट इज 60,000. ओके, इफ द गुडविल इज एपियर at the time of retirement of a partner, so then that is a old goodwill. Now n retires and at the time of n retirement goodwill is valued at 84,000. जब n रिटायर्ड होता है उस टाइम पर फर्म की जो गुडविल है वो 84,000 वैल्यूड की जाती है. M and O decided to share future profits in the ratio of 2:1. So it means it is a new profit share ratio of remaining partner. Record the necessary journal entries. So now we have to record the necessary journal entry for the given question. So student, again we have to start the solution of the problem with the ratios. So here the solution, first old ratio M N O, that is 3/6, 2/6 and 1/6. This is the old profit share ratio of M N O, 3:1. Now the new ratio is also given for M and O, that is 2/3 and 1/3. For the gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio gaining ratio, that is new ratio minus old ratio. So new ratio for M 2/3 minus, and old ratio, that is 3/6. 6 will LCM, 2 to the 4 minus 3 is equal to 1/6, and toward O, that is 1/3, it is a new ratio, and the old ratio, that is 1/6. 6 will LCM, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1/6. So it means 1/6 and 1/6, both the partners are gaining in the question. So now, first of all, it is the goodwill of the firm. It is the goodwill of the firm. So this goodwill will distribute in the gaining ratio. So share of M in goodwill, so 84,000 multiply 1/6. 6 1 ja 6 4 ja. And next, share of O in goodwill, 84,000 multiply 1/6. 14,000. And next, share of N in goodwill, that is 84,000 multiply 2/6. 28,000 is gaining, this one also gaining, and is retiring. Okay, so according to this, gaining partner will debit and retiring partner will credit. Now we have to pass the journal entry for the old goodwill. If there is old goodwill in the question in the firm, so then that goodwill is distributed among the partner in the old profit share ratio. Okay, and the one more thing is there, if the goodwill is there and that is a assets, and when assets is writing off or written off from the firm, so then assets will credit and the partner will debit. First journal entry for the old goodwill, so old partner M's capital account debit, capital account debit, N's capital account debit, O's capital account debit, and 2 goodwill account. It is a old goodwill, that is 60,000, and 60,000 goodwill will distribute in their old ratio, that is 3 to 1. Multiply 3/6, 30,000, 60,000 multiply 2/6, that is 20,000, and 60 multiply 1/6, that is 10,000. Being old goodwill is written off in old ratio. Okay, old goodwill is distributed among the partner or written off in the old ratio of the partners. Next, second entry for the goodwill valued at the टाइम ऑफ रिटायरमेंट ऑफ एन के रिटायरमेंट पर जो गुडविल की वैल्यू है उसके लिए जो ट्रीटमेंट हुआ है, गेनिंग पार्टनर विल डेबिट एंड द रिटायरिंग पार्टनर विल क्रेडिट. सो एम्स capital account debit because M is the gainer. Okay, so that's why M's capital account debit, and next one is O's capital account debit. O's capital account debit, and N is retiring, so he will credit N's capital account, that is 14,000 and 28,000, being partners capital account adjusted for the goodwill of the firm. ओके, फर्म की जो गुडविल है उसके अकॉर्डिंग पार्टनर्स के कैपिटल अकाउंट को यहाँ पर एडजस्ट किया गया है. स्टूडेंट, टू टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम वी हैव सॉल्व. One problem is that when the goodwill is not exist at the time of retirement of a partner, and second is when the goodwill is existing to the firm at the time of retirement of a partner. And second one thing is, it is not compulsory all partner will gain at the time of retirement. In last question we have done this thing. Okay, so sometimes one more type of problem can be faced at the time of retirement of a partner related to the goodwill. That is, we can say hidden goodwill. It means the goodwill value is not given, then we have to calculate the goodwill according to the question, according to the situations or the informations whatever are given in the question. So student, one more question we have related to the hidden goodwill. Okay, the question is related to the hidden goodwill we have. So this question will also be solved related to the hidden goodwill concept. So student, the question is, A, B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 4:3:2. A, B, C partner having the old ratio. B retires and his capital after making adjustment for reserves and gain or profit on revaluation stand at rupees 1,39,200. इट मीन्स जब बी रिटायर्ड होता है तो बी का जो अमाउंट है कैपिटल का, तो कैपिटल जो एडजस्ट होती है उसमें कैपिटल के अंदर एडजस्ट क्या क्या होता है, एक तो रिजर्व्स हो जाते हैं और जो कि हमारा रिवैल्यूएशन में प्रॉफिट है वो भी उसमें ऐड कर लिया जाता है. उसके बाद उसकी जो वैल्यू निकलती है जो पे करनी है फर्म को, दैट इज़ 1,39,200. ओके, ए एंड सी एग्री टू पे हिम रुपीज़ 1,50,000. ए और सी एग्री हो जाते हैं कि उसको 1,50,000 पे करेंगे इन फुल सेटलमेंट, जबकि उसको तो 1,39,200 रुपये 1,39,200 दे हैव टू पे, बट दे आर एग्री टू पे 1,50,000, ज़्यादा अमाउंट पेड कर रहे हैं एंड इन फुल सेटलमेंट ऑल्सो. ओके, तो इसका मतलब जो ये एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट पेड कर रहे हैं बी को, वो गुडविल होगी ओनली फॉर दैट पार्टनर. ओके, यहाँ पर ए की कैपिटल, बी की कैपिटल तो है 1,39,200 और वो बी को ही केवल 1,50,000 पे करने के लिए एग्री है. तो इट मीन द डिफरेंस ऑफ द स्टैंडिंग अमाउंट और paying amount. That will be the goodwill of that partner of his claim. Record necessary journal entry for the adjustment of goodwill if the new profit sharing ratio is decided 5 ratio 3 ratio. Okay, so ABC, there are no new profit share ratio, that is 5 ratio 3. So student, first of all we need to calculate the gaining ratio of the remaining partner or the ratios. It is solution. First of all, old ratio that is A, B and C. Toward A, that is 4 upon 9, 3 upon 9 and 2 upon 9. New ratio toward A, that is 5 upon 8 and C, that is 3 upon 8. Now the gaining ratio. Now the gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. So A for gaining ratio, new ratio, that is 5 upon 8 and minus old ratio, that is 4 upon 9. So if we are taking the LCM of 8 and 9, that is 72, 9 5 ja 45 and 8 4 ja 32. So it means 13 upon 72. And C, B is retiring, so C ratio, that is 3 upon 8 minus and 2 upon 9. 72 LCM, 9 3 ja 27 minus 8 2 ja 16, 11 upon 72. Okay, so A ratio C, that is 13 ratio 11. This is the gaining ratio of A ratio C. So student, now we have need to calculate the goodwill of the firm. So for the ratio of 3 upon 9, goodwill of B is equal to 1,50,000 minus 1,39,200. So it should be equal to 80090 and 10,800. This is the goodwill of B. So now goodwill of द फर्म, सबसे पहले फर्म की गुडविल निकाल लेते हैं, उसी के अकॉर्डिंग गेनिंग और सेक्रीफाइस रेशियोज में कैलकुलेशन होगी. सो अगर 10,800 बी का शेयर है और वो बी का शेयर कितने के लिए 3 upon 9. सो अगर 3 upon 9 शेयर के लिए 10,800 गुडविल है, सो 1 रेशियो के लिए कितनी होगी 10,800 multiply 9 upon 3. So 3 0 3 3 ja 9, 3 6 ja 18 and multiply 9. Okay, so 9 multiply 36, that is 0 0 4 5 LCM, 9 3 are 27, 27 or 5 32. 32,800, it is a goodwill of the firm. So now both are the gaining. A will gain in goodwill. गुडविल में कितना गेन कर रहा है 32,400 मल्टीप्लाई 13/72. ओके एंड सी विल गेन इन गुडविल 32,400 multiply 11/72. We have to do the calculation. Let's see. This will be the share of goodwill of A and C. So now we have to pass the journal entry. Both the partners are gaining, A and C. So A is capital, account debit. C is capital, account debit, and 2 B is capital account. So 5,850, 4,950, and the B share, that is 10,800. Okay, being the partners capital account adjusted for goodwill on B's retirement. Okay student, only this will be the journal entry pass for the given problem. Okay student, different 3 situation we solved, different 3 problems we solved related to the different 3 problems situations. Okay, thank you student for today, and solve the question related to the treatment of goodwill.